Jar Oil. The company have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
Axel jam si Wave.
Yo, apply. Yo, luta do de. Luta mo nulo jël moto nga andil ma xaalis. Hello?
Bisul mu fine.
What?
Bisul mu fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave Axina Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. At Wave. Bisul mu fine? Wave. Your money is yours.
This is Dr. Lamin J. Conteh. I would like to respond to Dr. Ceesay, the Minister of Communication. The Gambia is a crossroads, but I want to remind Dr. Ceesay, when we had the online Gunjur forum, I suggested for him to join the borough administration. This was around 2020, and he felt insulted that I was belittling him. He felt insulted. Dr. Ismaila Ceesay and the Gambian people, we are the ones who are responsible for grooming dictators because we always want to tell them what will benefit us. Dr. Ceesay, with your PhD in anthropology, you were trained to understand people, human action, human interactions. I feel sad to respond, but it is my obligation to do so because you stated that I have limited knowledge of what is going on in the Gambia. Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, during the struggle from 1994, we never heard of Dr. Ismaila Ceesay. You were no place to be found when Gambians went out there to demonstrate in Europe, the United States, and other parts of the world. I'm not here to condemn you, but I'm telling you that I listened to your interaction with Mr. Peter Gomez. You are the type of person who would groom a dictator. President Barrow started very well, and most of you now are changing him because of your selfish needs. I want to tell you that I still have soft support for President Barrow, and people like you probably will make us rethink about our political support to President Barrow, because leaders and servants of the people supposed to be telling the truth, and in my view, you have not shown that. I want to engage you on what you just said about the audit report. You say it is an opinion. Dr. Ceesay, audit reports are professional opinions sanctioned by international auditing standards. Audit reports are written documents issued by an independent auditor who provides an opinion on the fair presentation of financial statements and non-financial aspects of controls within an organization. It is the responsibility of management to prepare financial statements based on the conceptual framework of accounting, where it states that the cost of running a business should not be more than the revenues derived. It says the purpose of financial reporting is for users to make critical, informed decisions. Herein, the auditor's report can either give unqualified opinion, or which is a clean bill of health. If you cannot give an unqualified opinion, there is a likelihood that you may give what we call a qualified opinion, that is except for a specific issue. But there could be instances where you may give what we call adverse opinion, and in the view of the auditor, the financial statements are not fairly presented in all material respects. If you feel as an auditor that you cannot form an opinion, then you give a disclaimer of opinion. For an auditor to be able to perform the duties herein, the auditor has to be independent. The second one, the auditor has to have integrity. The third one, the auditor has to be objective. The fourth one, meaning that the auditor has to have responsibility to the profession. And the fifth one is that the auditor has to have responsibility to the profession and the public. So when you say that I'm dealing with only theory, that's falsehood. Because theories can be applied, and that is why when you talk about it is the responsibility of management to prepare financial statements, and now it is the responsibility of the auditor to render an opinion, whether it is unqualified, qualified, adverse, or disclaimer of opinion. That's when you are applying. But let me respond to another assertion that you made, which in my view is falsehood. We look at the fraud triangle. As a forensic accountant again, I just want to let you know that the fraud triangle looks at opportunity to perpetrate and conceal a fraudulent opinion. It could be that the second element is pressure, the motivation or reason to commit fraud. And the last is rationalization, saying that I work for a company for so long and I'm entitled to. So, Minister Ceesay, I don't want to be personal, but let's go back during the 2021 election, what you did. When you form a political party only to betray folks who followed you. But as I stated in my response to you privately, the Ministry of Communication has the shortest tenure of ministers. A day will come when you will not be a minister. Let us try to be careful because we have so many former ministers. Please, with all sincerity, guide the president in the right direction. How on earth can you try to police the media in terms of online, particularly some of the people who are writing who are not in the Gambia? Again, I want to emphasize, I still have soft support for the president. People like you are the ones who are making this president fail. And if I ever have the opportunity to meet with the president, I will tell President Abadabaro that some of your ministers and your followers are only there for their own selfish interests.
Excellent jam, Ceesay.
Yow Ablaye, yow lu tax doo dee dégg lu tax mënuloo jël moto nga andil ma xaalis. Hello? Ana lay waxal.
Bisul mu fine.
What?
Bisul mu fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave ak Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills, and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. Ak Wave. Bustle mu fine? Wave. Your money is yours.
Jar Oil, the company, have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.